Greetings, God. So I just wanted to make a audio response instead of trying to type all this out in the comment. I just finished watching the lecture on the origins of humans. Oh man, I was sorry. I was in and out of consciousness. Like you were saying, traveling to alternate realities and dimensions. And I kept basically what I would do is I wake up and rewind and try to pick up where I left off. And it was wild because, you kept saying, we're going to start seeing the second sun December 21st. And I was like, okay. But then you eventually said they created Hurricane Delta. So then I was like, oh, let me go look up when Hurricane Delta was. And it said 2020. And I was pulling up the comment just to make a note that it was 2020. You had already replied like almost 12 hours earlier. I was like, okay, that was interesting. What did you just say? There was something I wanted to comment on. Give me just a second. Oh, I just wanted to provide like a little suggestion as far as the production value. Like it seems like you were live on like Facebook. Sometimes when I go live, it's just difficult. Like it's so sensitive, right? So usually like with my presentation, I'm an educator. I teach mathematics. The channel I'm posting this on, this is just a personal channel. But I have another channel where I have, we just talk about math. But and it seems I don't know how much of that is channeled like live on the spot, but it seemed like you had some kind of like foresight in it or forethought, like you kind of prepare. Like I said, you had some slides, but I don't know how much of it was channeled live. And it's like for a clearer, cleaner production, if you just like record it in advance, because trying to go live, like my backup is I'll try to create my videos in advance. I'll have like some version of it, some clean, full, thought out, uninterrupted version. Like the video quality is a lot better. It's a lot less chances for it to be interrupted. I don't usually edit my videos. I usually do them in one take, but when I make them in advance, they're a lot cleaner. It's difficult to go live because it's so easy to be interrupted. I could only imagine because there were parts where you were like, you need to get this whole thing out uninterrupted. I could only imagine that presentation if it were like in one complete thought, fully uninterrupted. Like that's one thing I really, really enjoy doing when I'm on YouTube. I'll put on content creators. Like what's one of the gentlemen, he's interesting. He's not on the same level as Rashad Jamal, but he's on his way. His name is Jet Ski Chuck. And his presentations be like 3 hours at a time. But what he does is he's doing live research. So he'll pick a topic and he's like, and you can see the sparks going off in his mind. I don't know if it's just me or not because I'm an educator, so I can always see when someone's kind of being genuine and that spark going off on the inside. And so you can see it. And it's like, oh man, Tartaria, yo, what does that mean? And he'll write it down and he'll dig into it. But his presentations be like 3.5 hours, 4 hours at a time. But I love it. I'll just put it on, and either I'll just kind of chill in my hammock and like while I listen, or I might put on like Sudoku, a gaming numbers game or whatever. I'll put it on in the background, and I'll focus in when it catches my attention for certain things. I'll put it on while I'm cleaning and stuff like that. And so I can only imagine, I'm not sure if this is going directly to Rashad Jamal or not. I hope he's out of that, the facility or not, but now that I got a sense that it's 2020, that gives me heads up that he more than likely is still in there, in jail, and it's clear that he's targeted because he's spitting truth. It's clear. I've heard that stories where the baby mama might even be like a CIA operative or something like that. So anyway. But that's why I was asking for the time, because for some of those videos, I was like, well, is he out now? I didn't realize that those were like from the past, but that gives me context and that makes sense. But yeah, I can only imagine him making a video like that, a pre-recorded video where it's just like 3-4 hours long, one complete uninterrupted thought, supreme video quality. And, but I know it's different when you're live. Like when you're live, that stuff be like downloads and it just flows. But, I guess the first step is we got to get the brother free, But it was really interesting. Like it was really really interesting. And I like how he was tying literally everything together from the Matrix to Avatar. I mean, stories that I've heard before, as far as like the origin stories with, the scientists and the one that wanted to like go against the grain. It just made sense and I resonated with it. So I've shared it with. I don't really have a lot of people in my circle. There's only like maybe 2 people. It's really like 1.5 people that I can kind of like openly talk about this kind of stuff with. And I say half because like, I can kind of talk about it with one person, but it's not all the way there. I can't be like fully open. So that's why I say half, right? It's not a half person. It's just, I can kind of talk about it, but the connection is kind of like, a little bit jarred or whatever. It's a little bit like not 100% there, but yeah, I just wanted to make this little audio recording. Just like, I appreciate that work. I thought it was interesting. I think there's a lot of merit to what he's saying. He gave me a lot of information to like you said, to go and meditate on and to see, to research myself on my inner, versity, to see, to confirm or deny. Do I resonate? Does it make sense? It was really interesting, though. I just really appreciate the effort. And just sending tons of love, light, protection, and whatever else the brother needs to kind of, you know, survive that realm and to get out of there to be safe. And like, honestly, I see him like waking people up in there. Like if he's in there, just surviving, eventually somebody's going to start listening and he's still going to continue to get those. Like I always kind of thought, like if I somehow ever found myself in that realm, which I have been for a little bit, then I would just go within. Like I would just use that as an excuse to meditate more. Obviously you do the best you can to protect yourself because it's chaos in there, and and we know that this isn't like we're eternal. So we might leave these vehicles, but we're just going to keep going. So and in the effort to not be too terribly long-winded, again, I just wanted to show my gratitude. I really do appreciate the effort. The presentations is inspirational. It's so interesting, and I resonate. I feel like there's a lot of truth there, and just thanks, man. Stay strong, brother. Again, sending tons of love and light, protection, and any other energy that's needed to help you through, and just keep going. We really appreciate you.